Thousands of visas are being canceled without warning, and your name could be next on the list. Chapter 1. A quiet crackdown begins. Across Australia, migrants are receiving life-altering emails, visa cancelled, leave immediately, or face detention. These aren't isolated cases. In the past 12 months, visa cancellations have surged dramatically, cutting across student visas, work permits, bridging visas, and even previously approved pathways to permanent residency. In many cases, there is no prior warning, no appeal window, and no second chance. What's causing it? A mix of tightened compliance measures, policy changes, and a push to reduce so-called migration misuse. But for thousands of visa holders, the reality feels like a sudden trapdoor opening beneath their feet. Today, we'll break down what's happening, why it's happening, and what you can do to protect yourself before it's too late. Chapter 2. Numbers tell the story. The Department of Home Affairs has confirmed that visa cancellations have increased by over 28% in the past financial year. That means tens of thousands of visa holders, many of whom were living, working, or studying in Australia, have suddenly found themselves on the wrong side of the system. This includes student visas cancelled for breaching work limits, partner visas cancelled for failing to provide timely evidence, skilled workers let go after employer sponsorships collapsed, bridging visa holders told to leave after failed appeals. Then there's the most alarming trend. Some visas are being cancelled automatically by system audits with very limited human review. For many, the email comes at night. One click and their life in Australia is over. Chapter 3. Who is being targeted? Let's be clear. This isn't just about undocumented migrants or fraudulent applications. People who followed the rules are being swept up too. One of the biggest categories is international students. With work hour limits reinstated and new financial requirements introduced in 2025, thousands of students are struggling to comply. Even minor breaches, such as working one extra shift during a semester, have triggered cancellation notices. Once canceled, students are required to leave within 28 days unless they can secure a new visa immediately. Next, temporary skilled visa holders are at risk, especially those on 482 and 494 visas. If your employer changes, collapses, or simply fails to meet sponsorship obligations, your visa can be canceled, even if you've done nothing wrong. Bridging visa holders awaiting tribunal decisions or new visa grants are also vulnerable. The backlog is enormous. If your application is refused and you fail to respond in time, cancellation is automatic. Lastly, partner visa applicants are seeing new scrutiny. Relationships must be thoroughly documented. Incomplete evidence submissions, even if delayed by personal circumstances, can result in the visa being canceled outright. Chapter 4. A new tool. Automated compliance. Behind this wave of cancellations is a major change in how compliance is handled. The Department of Home Affairs has invested heavily in new technology that cross-checks visa conditions with tax records, work hours, and school attendance. For example, if a student is reported to be working more than 48 hours per fortnight, or if an employer logs superannuation payments inconsistent with a visa condition, the system can trigger a cancellation automatically. Take Priya, an international student from Nepal. She worked 10 extra hours during the holiday rush to afford rent. Her employer reported her hours accurately. A month later, her visa was canceled. No warning, no explanation beyond a generic clause breach. This kind of story is becoming more common and more frightening. Chapter 5. The policy behind the pressure. Why is this happening now? Australia is in the middle of a broader immigration reset. The government has publicly stated its goal is to reduce temporary migration numbers and rebalance the system toward highly skilled, long-term migrants. Several recent announcements have clarified this direction. A new integrity unit has been established within Home Affairs, focusing on misuse of visa programs. Funding for compliance enforcement has increased. The number of cancellations is being used as a metric of success. Several visa subclasses are under active review for potential phase-out or restriction. In short, the government is using visa cancellations not just as a legal tool, but as a policy lever. Critics argue that the crackdown is creating unnecessary fear and instability. Supporters say it's necessary to prevent abuse and ensure the system serves national interests. Chapter 6. The personal impact. Behind every cancellation is a story. Ahmed, a software engineer on a 482 visa, had his position terminated due to company restructuring. Within 3 weeks, his visa was canceled. Even though he had applied for new sponsorship, he and his wife had just signed a lease in Brisbane. Now they're preparing to leave the country. Maria, a partner visa applicant, was told her application was canceled because her sponsor didn't respond to a document request in time. They had been together for 4 years. Even permanent residency applicants under review are feeling the pressure. Bridging visas are being canceled for minor procedural missteps. In some cases, individuals are being detained while appeals are still pending. Cost, emotional, financial, and professional, is often devastating. Chapter 7. Industries on edge. This wave of cancellations isn't just affecting individuals, it's shaking entire sectors. Universities are seeing drops in enrollment as students fear visa instability. Employers are hesitating to sponsor workers, worried about compliance risks. Migration agents report a flood of urgent calls from clients receiving notices of cancellation. Sectors with critical skills shortages, such as aged care and construction, are losing workers due to procedural issues. This is creating tension between Australia's economic needs and its immigration enforcement strategy. Chapter 8. What you can do right now. If you are currently in Australia on a visa or planning to apply, this section is critical. First, know your visa conditions. This means reading your grant letter and understanding exactly what is and is not allowed under your subclass. Don't assume anything. Second, keep documentation. Maintain clear records of your work hours, school attendance, rent payments, and any correspondence with the department. If your visa is reviewed, these records can make the difference between cancellation and compliance. Third, respond immediately to any communication from Home Affairs. Many cancellations occur because applicants fail to meet a deadline or respond to a request for more information. Fourth, speak to a registered migration agent or immigration lawyer if you receive a warning or notice. Time is critical. There are very limited options once a visa is canceled, especially if the 28-day period expired. Fifth, avoid assumptions about bridging visas or partner sponsorships. Rules are changing rapidly. Always check your current obligations even if you've applied for something else. And finally, stay informed. Subscribe to reliable sources. Watch updates regularly. One policy change can make or break your eligibility. Chapter 9. What's next? There are strong signals that visa enforcement will remain a top priority in 2025 and beyond. The Department of Home Affairs has already hinted at more reforms targeting graduate visa misuse, employer-sponsored visa audits, ongoing partner visa reforms, crackdowns on ghost colleges in the international education sector. This suggests the rate of visa cancellations may increase, not decrease. So while the headlines may fade, the policies are just beginning to reshape how migration is handled across the board. What used to be a predictable process is now a system filled with moving targets. Chapter 10. Final thoughts. We're not here to tell you the system is broken or perfect. What we can tell you is that more people are losing their visa status than ever before, often without fully understanding why. Your best protection is preparation, knowledge, and action. To watch the latest update on Australian immigration policies, watch this video here.